Hi there, Mark Paola here at Brilliant Graphics, the supreme printer we use for our projects in Exton, Pennsylvania. Here printing the Stab at Heaven book that corresponds with the movie A Stab at Heaven, corresponding with the show in Japan, in Tokyo, and then after that in San Francisco. So we're excited about the whole process of sort of creating the cycle of creation from the movie to the book to the show is a continuing sort of communication of the story. So really excited about it. Stay tuned. A story that chronicles a truth story. We call it a truth story. Emma's journey when she was 18 years old, story of grief and ultimately redemption, a really internal stream of consciousness, sort of a deconstructive approach to cinema.
Hi, my name is Sage Backstrom, and I am the producer and editor of the A Stab at Heaven book. So we always knew that the feature film was going to be an expandable art form, that we were going to be doing a book. This book was captured on set. They're photographs that Mark and Emma created together in between creating the different motion takes that they'd be doing to make the film. There are actually 3 frames from the movie that are in the book. The entire narrative structure of the film is a stream of consciousness narrative that Emma and Mark so beautifully wrote together. The book is an amalgamation of the images, certain frames from the film, as well as certain really critical excerpts from the film in Emma's actual handwriting. So it was really important to us when editing it that the images were not competing with the writing and that one was not overtaking the other, but that they would actually begin to sort of meld into their own language. So you'll see the first section of the book is very much about Emma's sort of baseline narrative. The final section of the books really deconstructs the images in Emma's writing, where they begin to overlay with one another and overlap in a way that's really very internal and surprising.
I think it's good to be left with this question of the transition between part 1 and 2. Do you know what I mean? Part 2 like sort of definitely goes to other places, and you grow used to a narrative, and then it sort of flips on its head a little bit. You intersect people at different parts of their lives at different points in time, whatever, right? And the book's the book, the movie's the movie that way, right?
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Yeah, that's the important thing.
It's as though we used to do at Apple, right? It's like, no, there's 2 different versions, you know? This one is a 5% nest, and this one I think is the same.
And then there's a little conveyor,
and you see like the stack of like source paper that goes in, and it's just.
Yes, but then also that they're just like getting registration through that whole like 50 meter.
Yeah, the level of precision there, like
like to the pixel level.
Yeah, no. And then it's crazy to think that a good chunk of it has been around for like a century or more. And so it's like, how did we ever do this? You know, like back then. It's like crazy.
We really wanted to take the genre of cinema and push it as far as possible into the photo book genre, where we are taking these stills that can stand alone as art pieces, right? Like on a wall in an exhibition. And then also, how do we make the images where it feels as if they are moving? It wasn't image first. For me, it was first intimacy. First, it needs to feel personal. So this book, as you're going through it, should feel very much like Emma's diary.
Happy to say, and unfortunate for some, the first edition of A Stab at Heaven book has already sold out, but we are actively making plans for a second printing. So, get in touch for putting yourself on a list for the second printing, which is coming soon.